Welcome everybody. Louis, Vidya, Mukundan. I have Deepa here. Deepa and I met a few years ago, thanks to Vidya. And since then, we've been doing lots of work together, especially the two retreats that we hosted at Being Sattva. And both were based on Ayurveda, but next year we've decided to do one which is which is deeper, which embodies the foundation of which will be on Panchakarma. I thought that we should possibly start to introduce this topic to our community a little bit more, and also other topics associated with detoxing our whole being. So this would be perhaps the first of a series that we will be offering to all of you. Thank you, Louis, Mukundan, Vidya. Let me now hand you over to Deepa.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Subha. Thank you so much, Mukundan, Louis, Srividya, for being here. Wanted to start off with a prayer, as always. Om Lalita Padakrama Ramya Aranchita Bhava Ithave Shailushi Mama Jikhwaranatale Nrityatu Devi Saraswati Nityam Om Sam Saraswatyai Nama Om Sam Saraswatyai Nama Om Sam Saraswatyai Nama. Thank you for joining in today. And can I share the PPT, Subha, here? Because instead of me just going blah, 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 it'd be nice to look at something as well. Can we see the screen? Yeah. So, Subha and I, we were talking about the benefits, the effect, and the entire science of Ayurveda. And we have been, like he said, organizing, retreats. But we wanted to take it a step further. We wanted to start putting out the different Ayurvedic therapeutic procedures for everyone to uh, truly understand what the science is about in a full practical sense. So, start off with our main man, Panchakarma in Ayurveda. And I want to begin with the foundation, Ayurveda itself. So it's one of the world's, oldest, it's the most comprehensive, integrative medical sciences, I would say. So it very strongly focuses on, preventive health. It looks at the root cause of your problems and heals that. And most importantly, what's really been fascinating for me as a person to study this science is how they have interconnected the body, the mind, uh, the spirit, the emotions, the intellect. And this is a concept that modern medicine is now very actively exploring as well. So now, at its core, to start off with, in Ayurveda, they say that any disease in the body, it begins when toxins, or what we call ama in Ayurveda, starts to accumulate. That's one of the main reasons why a disease starts in our system. Number two, a very weak digestive fire or agni. So today we are all talking about the gut microbiome and how it's destroyed and how we need to restore it. So yes, Ayurveda talks about the digestive fire or the agni being weak and how it is one of the main reasons for a disease in our system. Number three is when the biological rhythms become disturbed, and this is mainly because We have knowingly or unknowingly started working um, anti-nature. The natural process, the natural rhythms are being disturbed. So because of that, a disease would arise in your body. And number four, when the doshas go out of balance, right? So these are the four main reasons that Ayurveda talks about of why a disease starts off or sets up in your system. So it talks about gut health, it talks about the circadian rhythm, we talk about emotional balances and imbalances, we talk about detoxification, we talk about rejuvenation after a detox. So all backed by, thousands of years of observation and clinical application. So this is all recorded, this is all documented, papers that we are looking at. And here is where Panchakarma comes in. So, Panchakarma is one of the most powerful detox, and I would say a very strong reset method uh, within this science. And Ayurveda talks a lot about, you know, um, the entire process of Panchakarma. Now, yes, what does Panchakarma literally mean? It means five actions or five therapies or five treatment procedures. So these five procedures are designed to remove toxins and restore balance. So in our texts, in our Ayurveda text, which is the Charaka Samhita, the Sushrita Samhita, the five detox procedures are Vamana, Virechana, Nasya, Rakta Mokshana, and Vasti. So this is a text, and these are procedures that were mentioned about 2,500 years ago, but being practiced even before that. So today, in this modern age, there have been some tweaks that need to be made so that it works for the human body that exists today, right? So we are not doing all these five procedures like it has been mentioned before, because today in this modern age we need to follow certain protocols. For example, Sushrita talks about Rakta Mokshana, which is bloodletting, and today we cannot do it without the presence of a modern doctor or an allopath. So because of which we do not practice it as a panchakarma regularly, right? But we still do Rakta Mokshana, but only for specified cases or specified treatments if really required. And that too along with, a modern practitioner. So that said, the structure that we are discussing today and that we have formulated, and just to give a brief introduction about me, I'm a fourth generation Ayurveda Vaidya. So I have been here practicing with my father for the last, 17 years. And before that, my father has been practicing for more than 46 years now, even before this center was set up here in Chennai. And my grandfather was practicing, and before that, my great grandfather as well. So over the centuries now that we are seeing, and we have documents from like 200 years now. And we have seen how the transformation has happened and how everything has been beautifully personalized and made to suit the time, how the changes in the human has evolved over the centuries. So based on that, it is very beautiful to see how Ayurveda is such a open-minded science where this is allowed. It's very clearly mentioned that you do not, the principles remain the same, but the processes, the procedures need to be altered as and when required, right? So today we have come up with this sequential format of Panchakarma, which is very modern, which is very practical and highly effective. So still maintaining all the scientific principles. So we will not deter from that. So what Panchakarma does to our system is in this order, is in this sequence. So it first loosens and then mobilizes, and then eliminates the toxins. So this is the sequential order of what happens during a Panchakarma. And once this elimination of toxins start to happen, we work on nourishing, or we work on rebuilding or rejuvenating the tissues in our system. So this is as gentle but very intense, a very sequential and very deeply restorative format that we have come out with for our Panchakarma. Now, this order of Panchakarma, it's very, very intelligent. So it's amazing to see how our acharyas thousands of years back designed this entire thing, and how it is so effective and functional even today. Even in today's world, it works wonders. So we prepared the body for the first few days for the entire treatment. And towards the middle of the treatment, there's an entire elimination process that happens. And then towards the end is when we strengthen the body. Now, to break down the 14 days of Panchakarma, um, we will be doing, yes, 14 days of Panchakarma. And I know people have asked, can you do it for 7 days? I don't have 14 days with me. Can we have like a smaller version? I'm okay to do a 5-day Panchakarma. Yes, today, if you look around, a lot of Ayurveda centers do give out, 3-day programs, 5-day programs. But we stick to the concept, the deeper meaning and understanding of why we do 14 days. So, to go into the depths of why we do 14 days is something that we will study in detail while we are doing the 14-day Panchakarma. It's much more effective then. But today, just to understand, for anything to go from the gross level to its subtle level, it takes about 14 days for a change to start happening, not to even completely happen. For a change to start happening, it takes 14 days. And it takes another 14 days after that for you to start seeing the changes in the subtle level, right? So this is why we stick to this 14 days very strictly. And this is something that we do not compromise with. So there is a very deep scientific reasoning and understanding of why these 14 days as well, which we will discuss in detail when we are in Bali at Subha's place doing the Panchakarma treatment. It took me, yeah, like when we are studying the Ayurveda course, it was a 1-year course to just study the Panchakarma. So to put it out here in few minutes is very, very difficult. So it would be beautiful to just, understand how this entire process works. Why 14 days? All these questions, and what happens on each and every day to our system, to our body, not just physically, but also mentally. And for a lot of people, even spiritually, there's a transformation that happens up to that subtle level. So all that understanding will happen when we can sit and discuss. So I will be there at being Sattva while the 14-day Panchakarma will be happening. All 14 days, my father will also be there along with us. So we are all set to do this with you, Subha. So the detailed breakdown now, all 14 days, we'll be doing the Abhyanga. So I do not like to call it a massage because it's much, much more than that. So I always like to call it Abhyanga, where we,
Just one second. Mukundan,
yeah,
I am able to hear it clearly. So if maybe it will, in the recording, it may come more clear if I send it to you. Thank you.
there's audio issues.
No, no,
Okay.
I think it's on his side because Louis also says it's clear for her.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So all the 14 days of the Panchakarma, we will be doing the Abhyanga, which I would loosely translate to oil massage for our understanding today. This will be done every day, where we are using warm medicated oils. Again, these oils are going to be personalized to each body type, to the kind of ailment that you might be having. So depending on that, we will choose a body oil. It could be a mixture, it could be a single body oil. That depends again, which we will discuss more in our one-on-one consultations as well. So this medicinal effect of the oil penetrates very deep into your system. So this happens every day. And what happens here with giving the abhyanga is where we are also, mobilizing the toxins that are lying underneath. So this is what happens when we are doing the abhyanga. And some the other treatment that will be given on all 14 days is the Nasyam, which is putting in herbal medicated oil through your nostrils into your nasal cavity. So in Ayurveda, we have the concept of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And the head, the neck, up to our shoulder and chest is the region for Kapha. So any accumulation in Kapha immediately happens here first before it goes to the rest of the body. So if you have an aggravated kapha condition, this is where it immediately shows, like a cold or sinusitis. So what we do with nasyam is this entire region of aggravated kapha is brought into the alimentary tract, right? So the toxins are mobilized from this region and brought into the alimentary tract. And on the seventh day, we do, okay, yes. On the seventh day, we do something called the Virechana. So this happens only on the seventh day. It doesn't happen on all days. So Virechanam is where we give medicine for cleansing the entire GI tract, right? So here we cleanse the liver, the stomach, the small intestine, any toxins. So all this accumulated kapha comes to the GI tract, and on the seventh day, it gets eliminated out, right? So this happens on the seventh day. Now, again, this is again personalized, these two slides where I've written Elakiri and Navarakiri. So these are bundle massages. So Elakiri is where we use, herbal leaves. Ela is leaf in Sanskrit. So we use herbal leaves, we create a bundle out of it, we tie it in a cloth like a potli, and then heat it up, and then a massage is given with this throughout the body. So this is done along with the Abhyanga itself, right? The other kind of bundle massage is the Navarakiri, where we use this particular rice called Navara. Again, depending on your body type, depending on the kind of ailment you have, we will be deciding what kind of kiri that we will be using on you, and also how many days. We might do it for 14 days if it's required for you. We might do it only for 7 days and then stop it. We might interchange and use it depending on your need. Again, this is a very personalized thing, but this is what generally we would use during the Panchakarma, right? And then we have on the 12th, 13th, and 14th day, along with Abhyanga, along with the Kiri, along with the Nasyam, we have something called the Vasti, which is the enema that we will be giving to you on the 12th, 13th, and 14th day. So after your treatment, after your shower, an enema will be given. It's a very small dose enema, about 25 to 30 ml of this, again, medicated oil. This is the seat of Vata. So like how this upper body is the seat of Kapha, the lower part of the body is the seat of Vata. So any aggravated Vata gets accumulated there. So for the elimination of this aggravated Vata is where Vasti comes in or enema comes in. So here, you know, that this is also very, very helpful for people with nervous system issues, autoimmune disorders, menstrual irregularities. So this is a great therapy, and this is one of the master therapies that we have in Ayurveda. More than anything else, I have found doing Vasti very, very grounding and mentally stabilizing. So a lot of people with mental disorders and issues, once the enema is given, the 12th, 13th, and 14th day, immediately there is a shift in the way they think. Something just realigns here, right? So once the excessive vata is eliminated, a realignment automatically happens. Okay. So we do a 14 plus one day. We have a bonus one day. We're not letting you go off immediately after 14 days. So on the 15th day, we are done with all the treatments. There will be no other treatment done, but just one enema. Right? So the Abhyanga is over, the Kiri is over, the Nasya is over. So 14 days, all that is done. The Vasti, 3 days of Vasti is over towards the end. On the 15th day, we will be doing only the enema, which is a decoction enema. Now, this will be a slightly larger quantity that we will be using. This is going to be a complete intestinal flush that will happen here. So this is where the entire gut microbiome is restored and reset. So now the herbal decoction here will be introduced into the colon, and any remnant toxins that are lying in the intestines gets flushed out with this final enema. It's a full reset for the intestinal environment here. So together, the oil enemas, the decoction enema, they form Ayurveda's, most respected, most, revered therapeutic procedures. So we call it the Vasti sequence. And, this is excellent for those looking for a long, happy, healthy life. Also, sattvic mentality. So you can immediately see this. So we've been having patients who have been coming to us, and this is what they have said. So these are the points that I noted out. So everyone who's completed the Panchakarma, they seem to be having better digestion, improved sleep. There's emotional clarity, reduced, bloating, glowing skin, and a lot of their menstrual cycles for women have improved with Panchakarma. They have stable energy, calmer mind. So these are all the points that I picked out when you ask our people if who have completed their Panchakarma. So if you are someone who is, going through stress, anxiety, a full burnout, if you have hormonal imbalances, digestive issues, chronic fatigue that people are going through these days, joint pains, aches, body aches every, now and then, spinal cord issues, nerve vein disorders, inflammation the entire body, so menstrual irregularities. So if you are someone going through all this, I think Panchakarma is the solution for this. And also, not just if you have an ailment, but if you're looking for, the seasonal annual detox, um, Panchakarma is the answer. And we have patients coming in for various disorders and diseases to us. They come in as patients, but by the end of 3 or 5 years, they are completely normal people. So that is what we are looking at as well. I want you to come in as a patient, but leave as a person. So that is what Ayurveda talks about. So it is not simply coming in for a Panchakarma only because you have a problem, but also like, it's like a software update that we do for our gadgets every now and then. So like how we are taking care of our gadgets, we send our car for service every now and then. Similarly, we are putting our body through this Panchakarma process to help detox. So this 14 days of treatment, and we would also suggest 14 days of rest after this, where you're not physically, straining yourself, but you can definitely do all your regular activities without straining yourself physically. Right? So 14 days plus 14 days, you are set for the entire year. So we have patients who were patients before, not patients anymore. They are regular, healthy people now, but they still religiously come in every year to do the Panchakarma detox. So they are fit and they don't have these, usual hospital visits that people have once they cross the age of 50. None of that. We have one patient who is 83 years old now. She has been coming for 40 years now. So I know her since I was a baby. Since then, she has been coming, doing the Panchakarma every year. Even today, she enters with the same rigor. So she is from New York. So every December for the vacation, she lands up here. And she makes it very clear 1 month, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be at home. I'm not going to visit anybody. Anyone wants to come, meet me, come to my house and meet me. I'm on Ayurveda Panchakarma treatment. So she is very, very clear with that. And most of our, clients who come in for Panchakarma are very clear. They take that 1 month off. They inform everybody in their house, in their office, that, this 1 month is just me time. It's my time. I'm taking care of myself. It's because they have seen the benefits of Panchakarma and their how effective they have been or efficient they have been for the remaining 11 months of their life. They have been much, much more productive. So these are the things that we are seeing. So personally, I also practice Panchakarma every year for myself. And it has been immensely helpful. Like I can tell this out of personal um, experience also. So to conclude, um, Panchakarma is not just simply, a set of treatment. It is a scientifically designed cleansing and rejuvenating, you know, uh, journey for all of us. So it helps restore your body's intelligence, which is something that Ayurveda talks very deeply about. And it helps to recalibrate the way we think. It recalibrates the way we choose to do things on a regular basis, personally and professionally. It helps to, so there's this renewed energy that you build, at a deeper level. Again, this is also coming from, my personal experience as well. And if you ever need, to pause, to reset, to rebuild your strength, and to be able to present yourself at your full potential for the world, for the people around you, I think Panchakarma is the answer for it. And it's one of the most powerful gifts that, you can give yourself. And it's something that I would definitely recommend, and nothing like doing it at Being Satwa, which is such a beautiful, beautiful place. With Renuka's food and the space there, I cannot even imagine. I would run to do it. I would come there and try actually. So thank you so much. Any questions?
Just
I'm
so that I understand what you said, the way I understood it is the first few days, or not even few days, there's almost 10 days, we are doing the massage, the oil massages, and
all
also the nasal,
days massage. Yeah,
and in the various kinds of curries. All of these helps to bring out
mobilizes the toxins. Yes,
toxins, and then you're using the process of the cleanse, the inner cleanse, the intestinal cleanse to remove all of them, right?
yes,
Would that be a summary of it?
yes, correct.
And then what you're saying is the reason why it requires the 14 days is that it takes that much time for us to be able to bring that out.
Yeah.
And you need a period of time where you can just push everything out after that.
Yes.
Um, okay. And you had mentioned 14 days, and you also mentioned 14 days after. So you mean that after people go back, they should
They
not indulge in I'm running a marathon or something like that
Yeah.
as soon as they go back. So the recovery has to be done in a measured manner.
Yes.
So that would be, I would say, something that I got. Two things I had is when people are here for Panchakarma, how much time of the day will daily treatments take, and how much time will be available for them to do whatever they want to do?
Yes. So, the treatment itself will take about 2 hours, including your shower and everything. Maybe 2 hours, 15 minutes. So that would be the max time for the treatment every day, right? So rest of the time they are free to do their work online, maybe. We'll have satsangs, we'll have classes. So the rest of the day can be filled up with other activities,
So we
which is
plan
not physically straining.
That's right. So we'll add certainly some period of time of rest and I mean guided rest and meditations through that. But then people will have time to do whatever they want to do, which is as long as not physically straining for themselves, right? And what about the food? Is their diet is like a detox diet or something like that in the sense they're eating only salads or they're eating only drinking only juices or something?
We are not looking at strict diets like that. We would never do that to our body. That said, we are going to be sticking to sattvic food. which is, and no raw salads. Definitely, we wouldn't recommend, especially in a tropical region like Bali. We would never recommend raw salads because it's more difficult for raw food to digest in our system. So, unless you're in a cold place, you do not have that much of an agni to digest raw food. So, there will be no salads. It will all be cooked. We will stick to regional food that is available in Bali, and keep it as light as possible. So your body is not going through any strain whatsoever, even for digesting the food that you're consuming.
And I wanted to ask one more question before I hand it over to the audience. Panchakarma can be done while, like I said, day treatment, right? Because it's, let's say, 3 hours a day. I just come in to the clinic, complete it, and then go back home.
Yeah,
Versus doing it in an environment such as being sattva.
yeah.
Um, Anything that from your experience of guiding Panchakarma, what are the differences between the two?
Okay, so first of all, we are going to be there 24 hours with everybody, where we can discuss the science itself. We can understand what is really happening to your body. So when people come into our center, we do not have an IP setup. So people come in, do the Panchakarma, and go back home. We are not able to monitor exactly what they do. It's something that we say and we trust, and they rest. Most of them do rest, but we find most of them running out shopping sometimes in between. So all that will not be there when we are all together in the same environment doing it together. So that is one of the biggest advantages, and we will all be together. We'll have satsangs together. So apart from that, I think Subha, your presence is also where is going to be a huge value add to this entire group who's doing the Panchakarma with your guidance and meditation sessions, our talks, our satsang. So dad is going to be there along. So we will be having a lot of discussions on philosophy, on understanding how our body and mind works together. So
Thank you.
once that is understood, I think it's very, very easy to navigate through any physical ailments that come in the future as well.
So as I see that, doing it in an environment such as this, which is to some extent which is controlled, I would hesitate to use that word, but it's
Yeah,
just an ecosystem which is
yeah,
created. First of
yes.
all, gives you the nature around you to heal, to facilitate, catalyze the process. Second is you and Acha, your dad are there. So on an ongoing basis, as doctors are available to monitor what's happening and to be able to be available for consults throughout.
Ah, yes,
Third is that we'll be able to use the time also to do some inner work at that time.
yes.
And of course, use the free time to do whatever we want, as long as it's not physically. And I would not miss out that you have the food sorted out.
Yes. Oh, that's a huge, huge part of the advantage of being, in this particular ecosystem where you get the right kind of food. And otherwise, it's very easy to derail and eat a little bit of junk every now and then. So that will not happen here. Apart from that, another very important point that you brought out is how this 14 days, though it might seem like you're not doing anything else, what we have seen with our patients who are coming in is they take this time out to recalibrate their entire life. So we have people coming, we have CEOs of companies, we have these equity partners from KPMG coming in every year and doing this. So they sit this 14 days plus another 14 days to just map out their entire 11 months that's coming. So they say they are so clear with what they want to do, and they do it so efficiently in a much lesser time than they would have. So taking this time out, not just for your physical detox, but also a lot of planning and um, understanding how they want to take their life forward in general. So everybody has brought up this point, saying that they got some time for them to just reorganize everything, that's lying in the future.
Fantastic. Thank you. Maitri is just joined, so I just wanted to, I don't know whether you can do a quick summary of the whole process for her before we proceed.
We'll send a recording,
We'll
Subha.
send that. Okay, fine. Maitli, in summary, what Deepa was saying is that the massages and the nasal treatments and the uh, various other treatments at the beginning are all to get all the toxins to come into one location, which is intestinal. And then the subsequent period, which is about 4 to 5 days, is about Virechana, which is essentially to get that all out of the system. And the reason why it takes 14 days is it takes time for activating all the ayamas to come into that single location, the detox process, the toxins to come into a single location. And then we purge everything out. Yeah. Wanted to, anyone who's been on this so far or who's here, Kandan maybe?
Yeah.
Hello, doctor. Namaskar.
Hello. Hello, Kandan. Thank
How
you
are
for coming.
you? No
Lovely to
worries.
see you, Kandan.
Lovely to be here. Maybe I'll just keep it quick for everybody. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you are in. I think whatever has been discussed so far, I think I'm a benefactor of that for the last 3 years. And um, I work in IT. I just want to also put out that context. So it's a lot of sedentary work. The mind processing a lot of content, a lot of context over an entire year. We go through a lot of stress or um, any kind of situations that we have to deal with on an ad hoc basis. Now, what I found out after my first Panchakarma is firstly, it's deeply detoxifying both for the body as well as for the mind. It is deeply rejuvenating. And most importantly, I think we owe us this favor, our body, our mind, our spirit. Um, Especially with Dr. Nedungadi and Dr. Saideepa's guidance, we've always felt that there's a hand that is holding us through the process. They're always available. They check in on us almost on a daily basis as to how we are doing. Dr. Saideepa spoke about how in an environment like being Sattva, they are always available, but in their own clinic they might not know what the patients are doing. But throughout the entire 14-day process plus 1 day, we always feel they're with us, whether we are at home or we are at the clinic. We always feel they're guiding us. It's a very big support system of Panchakarma. And the reason why it should be done right and done properly, there are a lot of Ayurvedic centers that are probably offering 1 hour Panchakarma sessions or a 7-day Panchakarma session. But after going through this for about 3 years, I feel deeply, deeply connected to myself. The level of mental clarity, the level of physical agility, the level of willpower that you accumulate over a period of time is enormous. And ultimately, I think we owe it to our body. The thing that is supporting our life form through this journey in Earth, I think it is very important that we take care of it well as well. So I found it very beneficial. Please do make use of the sessions that are available, especially with Dr. Nedungadi sir, as well as Dr. Saideepa. I think their guidance and their spirit is amazing. It's going to really help you rejuvenate your mind more than anything else. And with, I think, being Sattva, more than that being a controlled environment, I think you are in nature's lap. So I think the moment you ground yourself to the earth, especially with the Panchakarma treatment, I think it's just going to charge you up greatly. I'm not here to promote either of them. I'm here as a benefactor of the goodness and the kindness that both Dr. Saideepa and Subba have offered.
Thank you, Kandan. I just want to open for any questions people may have on the process. So you want to understand Panchakarma more deeply, Rinku, Louis, Tanya, Vidya, Mukundan.
Sorry, missed. Subba, what were you asking?
I think any questions you have on the process, whatever was shared by Deepa.
Not now, not everything.
Louis says no. I'm well informed. Thank you.
Either I have convinced everybody really well or I have confused everybody. Either one has happened now.
I don't need to be convinced, Deepa.
Tanya says she's good. Louis says I'm well informed. Rinku, since you've been on your own journey, Rinku, I don't know if she's in a position to talk, but okay. Possibly she may not be in a place where she can speak from. Okay. Mukundan, anything from you?
I just came to learn, really. I'm at the opposite end, understanding what all this is about.
So feel free to ask any questions which can help improve not just your understanding, but everybody else's.
So so you've talked about a number of physical conditions and so on. Is that the main trigger for starting Panchakarma?
Typically, yes.
Mhm.
That's what we have seen with 95% of our patients. Yes, they come in with a trigger. They come in with a problem. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, Subha. I was trying to speak, but I couldn't press unmute. So I'm a little under the weather. I'm just listening in, and I have been on my own journey. Yes, Subha, and have done Panchakarma in the past. I hail from Pune, where there is a lot of Ayurveda happening in Pune itself, and I had done Ayurveda, the Panchakarma at a yoga shala. So I forget the name now. Little blurred today, but yes, it was from a renowned place in a school, in an Ayurveda school. I do understand the benefits, and I also understand every body responds very differently to Panchakarma, and everybody's experience in that aspect is going to be very, very different. And I also respect the fact that it takes time. It cannot be hurried. It is a process that we have to go through. And totally with you that it's not that Panchakarma is the end of the journey, it's the beginning of the journey, and you have to continue following certain basics. So yes, uh, we have to come with a mindset that it's not something that we are. It's like a miracle right away. It's just the beginning of the journey, and so I'm happy to hear more, and I also would love to understand whether there'll be a component of asanas, and so normally in a panchakarma setup we also do go through a normal routine of yoga that happens, keeping in mind your particular condition. So how is that going to be handled is something I'd love to understand too. Um, so if there is something on that, I'd love to understand. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rinko. Very happy to hear that you've already gone through these procedures. And Pune is like a hub for Ayurveda. I know a lot of doctors there, lovely, lovely doctors there. So we would not recommend yoga during the Panchakarma, especially when you're doing a 14 days course like the one we're doing. We will have, no matter what ailment, no matter what your body type is, we would not recommend practicing yoga during this time. Even walking is only very slow strolling around, not even walk, we'll only stroll around. So that's how much of a rest you're giving your entire system. So you can sit and work, you can go online, you can do your regular office calls, everything that's related to resting and not straining your physical body in any way. So for the full benefit and effect of the Panchakarma, your body needs to be at rest. So that's one of the basic concepts and understanding of what Ayurveda talks about as well. So we have a natural intelligence in our system that immediately reboots when something goes off. Like anything goes off balance, our body's intelligence immediately triggers, and it's always trying to compensate and recalibrate anything that's gone off, right? It naturally does it. So when that is happening, it's very important that we don't strain ourselves and allow that process to happen, right? So to be in rest is the best, the most ideal thing to do. So we would not recommend any kind of activities during this time, but yes, we will be sitting in for satsangs and talks and more of intellectual, work that will happen during this period.
So, Deepa, I think we spoke about this also, and you were very clear, just like you mentioned just now, that active asana practice is not something that you would recommend. And in fact, rest is what. Would there be any gentle movements of body that would be there or pranayama which can be done?
Pranayama is good.
Yeah.
Again, not Kapalabhati.
Yeah.
With
Nadishodhana kind of pranayama.
Yes. Yes.
So, Rinku, what we are planning is a pranayama and meditations. That those two are 100% planned, integrated into the practice. We have also planned a series of creative activities throughout the day so that people can also use that time to have a fresh mode of thinking and to allow the mind to open up a little bit more. So through this, some self-reflection, meditation, pranayama to balance the energies and also opening out. This is what is planned. I think Deepa herself is trained in the Shivananda style for an extensive period of time, and therefore she will guide the gentle movements through the day.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So I think we have that. Anything else, Mukundan, that you wanted to ask? Since you shared with the other end. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's helpful, Deepa. And maybe what we can do is, other than we can maybe send a link to everyone. And if there are any other resources we want to send also, we can do that in the email after the session. Feel free to ask any questions or even set up a call with Deepa to know more. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just one more thing is, sorry to butt in. Do we have to do a full medical assessment before coming?
If you have an assessment already done, we would like to take a look at it. You don't have to do it specifically for this, but we will definitely have one-on-one consultations online before the program. So that's why we are doing or taking in people so much earlier. Like by December, we really want people to come in. So Jan, Feb, March, I will be interacting with each one individually to find out. So we have our own ways of assessment as well. If you have reports, yes, I will take a look at it, but you don't have to specifically do anything extra for this. So we have our concept of prashnam, where you ask questions. So that is what we will be doing and coming up with what kind of Panchakarma treatment has to be given to each individual.
Thank you.
So the conversations will start sometime in Jan, Deepa, for people
Yes.
who would register their interest. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time today. Thank you, Kandan, specifically for coming to share your experience. Also, Vidya. And
Thank you, Deepa. Thank you, Subha.
thank you all. And see you soon. Yeah, as always.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Kandan. Thank you, Rinko, Srividya, Mukundan, Subha.
Bye, Rinku, Mukundan.
Thank you, Subha.
Thanks.
Thank you, doctor. Bye.
Thank you.